back to the body consciousness. Slowly release your hands, place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. Slowly open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face and with a sense of gratitude to the meditation. Good morning, friends. Pyramid Meditation Foundation UK welcomes you for this Wisdom Sunday session. As usual, we have another special guest today, Hitesh, Vashisht. I met Master Hitesh few years ago in Quantum Life University in Hyderabad, Vikarabad. When I was doing a soul coach training program, I was very fortunate to meet him and to hug him. When you are around Hitesh, you will feel there is like a gentle, peaceful energies. You feel like he's emitting a peaceful vibration. In one of the session, when he was talking about on emotions, I had tears of joy. It was so impactful for me. Since then, I follow Master Hitesh very closely. I listen to him. He is one of the, QLU Acharyas, Quantum Life Universities. Hitesh ji is the author of bestseller book, Sundaram Speak. Some of you must have read that book. A body, mind, spirit coach. He's trained in many alternative healing modalities, past life regression, inner child work, family constellation, rebirthing. There's so many, other healing modalities. He's trained. An award-winning coach who has done hundreds of workshops and helped thousands of people to awaken their, inner potential. Internationally registered conscious coach with International Coach Federation is registered with that. Has given thousands of one-on-one healing and coaching sessions. So we are very fortunate to have him here today. Please be attentive. The way he speaks, very, gentle, and you have to be, feel that. I mean, I felt it when I was around him. So that's why I'm saying, be attentive. And thank you, Hitesh ji, for coming here. And we are so fortunate. We are so fortunate you are here with us today. Thank you, and we are so grateful. Stage is all yours now.
Thank you, Ravi Kiran. Thank you for having me here, and thank you, PMC UK, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be amongst all of you. It's absolutely my honor. And so I'm glad, friends, that uh, usually Sundays are considered to be holidays. Uh, but here, Sundays are considered to be Wisdom Sundays because when we are on the journey to know ourselves, every opportunity should be used for the growth, for the upliftment of the self, for going closer to the self. And I'm very much drawn to this beautiful title of the sessions that you've kept, Wisdom Sundays. So that's beautiful. And friends, I've been given the opportunity to share with you on a certain topic, which is 7 archetypal energies in your soul script. Uh, this topic I'm going to take from my book, Sundaram Speaks, and I guess maybe I can show you this book, and some of you might have read. And for those of you who haven't read it, I will share one of the chapters today because this book is written in connection with my own higher self or a parent soul. Each one of us have a parent soul, right? The way we have biological parents on the earth, those who give us a body, those who give us birth in the earthly realm. There are souls also in the higher planes out of which we are born. We are a fragment of them, right? So we call them monads or the parent souls or oversoul, higher self, or we can say a collective soul. So that is what each one of us have them. So this book is based on my conversation with my parent soul. So as I started to connect with this energy, it started to share a lot of wisdom that emerged from within, which I don't know where it came, but it came. It opened up, and it opened up in a like a wide door which is open, and that is how everything started to move towards me in a very effortless way, wherein I didn't have to make much of effort, but it moved. So this topic is one of the very first conversations that I've had with this energy, and this energy, comes forward, uh, you know, because for earthly body to recognize this body, you need a name, and this comes forward with the name of Sundaram. Sundaram means the very name means that which is beautiful, and the very message, the essence of Sundaram's work is to help us see beauty in everything. Yeah, because most of the times we are able to see beauty in the good part of our life. We are able to see beauty in our success, in our material possessions, in our growth. But we are not able to see beauty in the miseries, the adversities, the illness, or the failure of our life. But Sundaram says that whatever has come to existence is definitely beautiful, because whatever is not beautiful would never come into existence. So, and why is that so? Because be it failure, be it success, be it good, be it not so good, be it light or dark, everything has come from a single source, same source. It has, they don't carry different sources, it's the same source. And when they come from a same source, how can we differentiate things that are under them in two different parts, because they carry the same thing. And even when you look back at your life, you will see that the things that are challenging, which were challenging for you in the past, those are the things that have pushed you closer to know yourself, rather than the things like that are more wherein you're happy or celebrating in nature. Of course, those are the moments wherein we are much more grateful to what we have. But the real learning, at times come to us when we pass through a challenge or experience some pain, or a kind of a suffering, right? So which is why these experiences cannot be taken away from our on the path of our progression. Each soul writes something or the other, some challenge or the other. But yes, when we grow our consciousness, these challenges do not seem to us like challenge, because they could be challenge in the outer layer, but in the inner layers it is the upliftment, it is the growth of ourself, because soul's purpose is only to grow. That's why you're here. Right? You're here to grow from one experience to another. You are here to grow from one body to another. You're here to grow as a man. You're here to grow as a woman. You're here to grow as a king. You're here to grow as a pauper. You're here to grow as an army professional. You're here to grow as an artist. Each and every experience matters for the soul, because that is how, from all these variety of experiences, the soul feels that yes, it has learned something. It has it has learned that very source in each and every experience. So which is why, we have different flavors in our food. Some of us like Mexican, some of us like Chinese, and some of us continental, some of us South Indian, North Indian, variety of foods. And there are variety of tastes also: sweet, sour, bitter, all these tastes that are available. But what is the real purpose of these varieties of cuisines and tastes? Is to give us a sense of fulfillment. That's what they work around. So same way, all these experiences that soul goes through, the soul only wants to experience the sense of fulfillment. The soul only wants to know that I am whole, I am complete. In our scriptures, there is this, Shanti part, which is said that Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Shishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So what does it say? It speaks about that here is full, there is full. Purn means full. It's full. And when something is taken from the full, what is taken is also full, and what is left is also full. So that is what it speaks about: fullness of everything. It speaks about fullness in all the duality. Usually the world is divided into two things, and our ancient story speaks about asuras and devas, duality. But you will also see the way devas received boons from the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. The asuras also received it. Why? Because they are coming from the same source, and the source is nirguna. It is not carrying any guna. It is equanimous. It takes everything in as if they are their own children. In equality, it is being taken. Sambhav. So same way, life gets easier when we try to live with sambhav. Otherwise, we'll keep fighting. My way is better. Your way would not make any sense. We'll keep fighting over a few things, small things. And same way, we fight. We have conflicts at home. We don't agree to our father's opinion, our mother's opinion, our siblings and spouse's opinion, and we feel that my way is the only correct way. But having heart for all these opinions is what matters, right? Because that is what the nature of the non-dual is. The oneness field means having heart for everything, that such and such thing can also exist. And we don't have to make an unnecessary fight towards it. Then the world will keep fighting. If we want to make it a beautiful place, we have to have heart for everything that is around. We have to have heart for health. We have to also have heart for ill health, right? Because ill health also comes from the same source. So that is what the message of Sundaram is. It speaks that everything is coming from the same source. And when it comes from the same source, it is nothing but beautiful. It is nothing but Sundar in its own self. So this topic, 7 archetypal energies in your soul script. Now, what is soul script? Before we take birth, before we come on the earth, before we start to play the roles that we have taken on the earth, there is a time that we've been given, right? And that time, we have a review of the life that we lived before. Like, there is a past life that you lived, and then between 2 lives, you are somewhere. You are placed in another life, and that life is nothing but your real home. For example, if on earth you live for 100 years, it is quite likely that in that real home, you live for 10,000 years and then you come, or maybe 5,000 years and then you come. Right? So that real home where you spend most of your time, what do you do there? Because, you actually prepare yourself for your journey ahead. And what do you do there? You have a review of your past, and you kind of create a foundation for your next life, because you have a choice to make, that this is what you can pick, this is what you cannot pick. For example, being a regression therapist, I explore a lot of soul's journey of people, and we get to understand that how soul is deciding in a particular specific situation for the next lifetime, or what are the choices they are making up. So for example, we tell them that the dying thoughts, the dying state that a person is in, has a deep impact on what you choose in the next lifetime. So for example, if somebody has died out of poverty, out of starvation, let's say, it is quite likely that they pick up a next lifetime wherein they are extremely rich, right? Because now they want to go to the other side, because enough of dying with lack of food. Now they will have all the riches of life, so that there is no lack they want to experience. This is just a general thing I'm saying. I'm not saying that it is a rule of thumb. My intent is to just help you understand that this is how the soul thinks in the duality. Both the experiences are important for the soul. For example, there is somebody who died on a roadside under a bridge. It is quite likely in the next lifetime they become a king of some kingdom. For example, there's a person who died ruthless, being hard, not having heart for himself, being a man. In the next lifetime, this person becomes a sensitive female. So complete, a broad spectrum has to be experienced by the soul. So in that state, when you are there, you actually write the script of your life. Like the way, a writer writes a film script, it's exactly the same way. You set up the broad guideline first, that this is what I want to achieve. Okay, I had a review of my past. Now, if I did it well, that's great. I can move to the next lesson. If there are some improvisations that I can do, let me make it a little better by writing a better script, so that I have a better chance of not escaping my lesson. Because most of the time we escape the lesson. We procrastinate. What is the need of it? Khao piyo ash karo. It's like, eat, play, and just sleep. That is what we want to do. But our script will be written in such a way that even after constant procrastination of something, we would be led into the situation then, in a forcible way, in a compelling way, that you don't have any other choice, but you have to do it. So do it either being joyful, or do it not by, in a very sad state, but you would need to do that. And in those moments, we will say, why it is happening to me? When we are on the earth, we say, oh, I have this nagging boss. What wrong have I done? Why this person is, so interfering in my life? We have a mother-in-law. She keeps nagging us. We say, why is she bothering me a lot? I haven't done any wrong to her or to him in this lifetime. I have not killed a housefly. Why it is happening to me? But then, friends, this all is happening because we chose it. We decided that, yes, I'm going to have it. At an unconscious level, we'll keep complaining about it. We'll keep blaming others, or we'll get ourselves guilty, because the guilt is, I must have done something really bad. That's why it is happening to me. I've been punished by God. This is what we usually experience. But then it is not about being punished or being rewarded. It's about experience for the soul. What matters is the experience. Soul is only here. You are only here to experience your variety of tastes, variety of cuisines. We are here to experience them. And life offers us a lot of situations to experience and to learn and to grow from them, to transcend. So when we write a script, we would write it in a way that exactly the film script is written. You will choose, a foundation. You will choose a family. You will set the situation. You will set the scenes. And once the scenes have been set, it doesn't mean that everything is set. It simply means that the situation is set, but how do you respond or react to the situation is not decided. Right? I remember a few, years back, I have a very close friend, and he would always meet me and would say, I also want to learn meditation. I also want to experience meditation, but I don't have time. I'm busy. It's like kids and family and work. It keeps me busy all the time. So I probably don't have time to do it. One day I will do it. And this happened for quite a long time. One fine day, he calls me up and he says he's met with an accident and now he's on bed. Doctor has put, a plaster on his leg. He's on bed for good 2 months now. Multiple fractures in his leg. And now he is, what is happening to me? You tell me, what wrong did I do? All these situations. And constant blaming that I am a victim of the life. And then I made him realize, hey, look, you wanted to learn something. And you said that you have lack of time for it. Now you have been given enough time. So you can, follow what you want to do. You can now learn meditation. And that hit him. It hit him right here. And he understood that, yes, this is what he can do. And now that he has time, he is not supposed to procrastinate it anymore. And that was the time when he learned meditation, and he progressed really fast, dear friends. So this is just one example, but this is how the situations are being set in your life. So he had a choice, either to crib about what happened to him and waste the time that was available to him, or to actually productively use it for the betterment and the upliftment of the soul, to know oneself. And he chose, the second option. And that's how he progressed. And he saw that there is a great shift in his working also. The way he approaches life, the way he leads it, everything started to shift. And in fact, he was a non-vegetarian. After 6 months of meditating constantly, this craving of having non-veg dropped naturally, became proper vegetarian. Rather, he's more towards the veganism right now. So such a great shift that came from within. So all these situations that the soul write, so his soul must have written that I'm going to experience a fracture. It's a situation that is written. But how do you behave towards it is not written. So that is in your present moment. You can decide for it. Whatever you pick up will open up another possibility as far as your soul script is concerned. Right? So that is how our soul script, such an impeccable plan that you have written for yourself. At the same time, I also want to say one more thing about your soul script. Sometimes when we are living life, we have this repentance towards something that we did in the past or something that happened to us. For example, there is this woman, a girl, a lady who has been pushed into a marriage by the parents, let's say. And this woman is constantly blaming and cribbing that why did she enter in this marriage? Why it is happening to her? But friends, there are no wrong moments or wrong choices as such as per your soul script. There are no wrong moments. If it is happening to you right now, that means this is what you have decided for this very moment. This is the best possibility that you have plucked for yourself. So, for example, maybe, more people are invited for this session, but only some of you are here, or some of you are going to listen to it in the future. That means it was meant to be for you. That's why it is in resonance with your energy. What you are seeking is coming to you from some other ways. And what I am seeking is coming to me by your ways. That is how, there is a mutual growth that souls go through as far as the life situations are concerned. So never to get into the zone of repentance. This is what our life script teaches us, because there are no wrong moments. There are no regrets that we need to keep. Remember, the regrets that we keep will come back again to make them, to reconcile, to come out of that regrets loop. We don't have to waste another lifetime. We can probably come for something else. Right? We can leave the regrets in this very moment. We can leave our guilt. We can leave our complaints. We can leave our blame in this very moment. At least we can make a choice. And when we make a choice, the universe will give us all the opportunities to actually implement that in my life, in your life. So that is what our script says, that there are no wrong moments at all. And now, once the script is being set, you are now looking for people who is going to play for this role. So, for example, you have chosen a father who is going to be little harsh, dominant, so that you can, have an experience of the pain in the childhood, which will lead you to your soul path, which will lead you to know yourself as you, grow from your adolescent age towards your adult age. So now in your group, you're going to ask, hey, I'm looking for this and this kind of a role, this and this kind of a soul who can be my father. Will somebody like to help me? Now, the way you have families here, you live with mom, dad, and your acquaintances and neighbors. Same way, there are groups, there are tribes that are being set in the soul plane. And you make a request in that soul tribe. You say, hey, I'm looking for this and this kind of a mother. Hey, I'm looking for this and this kind of a sibling. I'm looking for such and such kind of a friend. That's what you experience. And once you put that request, people come forward, soul comes forward. They all come forward and say, okay, I can take this challenging role. okay, I can take this companion role. Okay, I can take this role which, keeps you grounded on the earth. So such roles are picked up. Not just that they're doing it for you, they're also mutual learning, because they also have something to learn with the role that they've been given. Of course, their soul plan, their soul script is also active simultaneously when they are playing role in your life. So that is how the knitting is done. We call them soul contracts. There's a contract that is running between one soul and the other soul. So there is this couple who is experiencing conflicts from the very day they are married. Constantly, every day they are fighting. It's been 10 years, every day there are talks of divorce, but they're not able to come out of it. Something stops them. They're constantly but into the space of conflicts. They experience their soul's script and they realize that in one of the lifetimes they were kings of two kingdoms, different kingdoms. And these two kings are constantly fighting, wanting to win and dominate other, wanting to acquire the kingdom of the other. That's what they've been doing. And there are a lot of loss of resources, lives, and so much havoc that has been created. And in that lifetime, they could not finish that conflict. In this lifetime, they have chosen to come under one roof so that they can settle that conflict. So that is how, the script is bringing us together so that we can transcend and move beyond, the challenge that we actually see it in earthly realm, but it is for our growth. It is for our learning. So that is how the roles are also being set, friends. Now, when I say 7 archetypal energies, these are such roles that you have picked up in your life and they are working with you. I'm sure when I'm going to talk about it, you can just move around in your life and see who is coming under what role. And because somewhere each and every one of them is actually working for your own upliftment. At the same time, they also have the goal of being uplifted. So there are 7 types of energies. Let me speak about them one after the other. The very first one is called Vidanya. Vidanya. Vidanya comes from the word Vidya. Vidya, Anya. Vidanya. So somebody who actually gives you the lesson, or somebody who gives you the teaching. It's basically a teacher energy. Each one of us carry a teacher energy in the life. Now, these are not academic teachers, maths teacher, science teacher. The subject is subject of life. Right? So they teach you something about your life. The subject is, who am I? Right? Knowing your own self. So they are the teachers who are, coming from the plane of higher consciousness. Somebody whose learnings can be absorbed based on what level of consciousness we are at. So, for example, somebody who is in more of puja part, they might have a soul who is in resonance with them, and they will tell them that do this part, do this job. It might help them to an extent to raise their their consciousness, so that they can turn within and do a lot of sadhana in that bhakti, right? So that they can evolve from that space. And same way, there are other higher teachers also who will tell you about the path of knowing yourself by turning within. They will say all answers are within. There are no answers that are outside. Close your eyes, sit with yourself, watch your breath, and let the answers come from within. Right? So, varieties of teachers that are added into our life. each one of us at least have one teacher energy, and each one of us. That is a different thing that you don't want this energy to be activated in your life. So your life will bring you closer to this teacher, this Vedanya energy. But you will say, oh no, I'm busy. I have to work. I have to plan for my, such and such thing. I have to plan my future, plan my family, do everything. I will do it once I'm 50 years or 60 years when I'm going to retire. Then I will do it. But when you will become 60, 70, you will have high BP. You will have numbness in your legs. You will not be able to sit for longer because your back will ache. A lot of other things will come. So this Vedanya energy comes at specific intervals as per your planning. Okay, I will meet one teacher at the age of 12. If I leave it, I will have another encounter with such energy at the age of 18. If I still leave it, I will have another encounter at the age of 30. By the age of 30, I will have a lot of challenges gone. I must have gone through a lot of challenges, and there are questions that are arising in me. Who am I? Why it is happening to me? And if I still neglect it, okay, at the age of 45, I will have it now. So a lot of opportunities are given, but this doesn't mean that we keep procrastinating it, dear friends. We can pick it up as soon as we want. Right? So that is how once, sometimes we live full lifetime without activating this energy because we are not ready for a teacher to come. We want that somebody touch me, heals me. That's it. I don't have to do anything. But real path is not about this, dear friends. Real path is about knowing that you are Purna. And nobody can just feed it into you. You have to feed it within yourself. You have to realize it within yourself. So that is what the work of Vedanya energy is. And then there is this second energy that we have in our life. This we call as Maya Pasham. Maya Pasham. So that which has the, the net of, the kind of Maya, the net of illusion. And that which keeps us caged into this net. We are trapped into it. So such people who will say, oh, you're good for nothing. You can't do it. You don't have the caliber to do it. Why are you here? Idiot, donkey, monkey. It's better that you don't exist here. People, those who constantly criticize it, and then they criticize us with a lot of intensity. Right? They are usually derailing us from our path. At one point in time, we feel, oh, I am whole. They will make you realize you are lacking in everything. You don't have anything as far as the worldly affairs are concerned. You're not meant for, for this place. So they'll constantly keep bringing you down, pulling you down, and that too with a lot of intensity. And when I say intensity, you will also have major letting go that is supposed to be done with them. They are going to be pushing a lot of your buttons. They are going to, pin you down into the ground so that you can actually rise above. They will take up the most challenging role in your life. It could be for a daughter-in-law, it could be a mother-in-law if she's too nagging. For a boy, it could be a father because he's too nagging. So they'll pick up a role which is extremely painful, which is one of the most toughest relationship in your life to be healed. So such people, such energies are called Maya Pasha. They have picked up a tough role at this plane, but they are your best of friends in the spirit plane because they are giving you the greatest of opportunities to transcend this lesson. Right? So all these tough people whom we have in our life, they're just tough here. They have picked up such a challenging role. They are taking all your criticism, they are taking all your cuss words, because all these revenge energies we are also throwing towards them if they are sending towards us so much. But at the same time, they are working for the upliftment of you. They want you to purify yourself. They are making you realize, hey, you have to work on yourself. You just can't take a different route from here. That's what they're teaching you. So, such energies, Maya Pasha, because they keep you trapped into the space of illusion, right? They want to keep you into illusion so that you can wake up. They give you a taste of duality. Who will get to understand the beauty of, let's say, power if we won't have a power cut? Who would understand the beauty of food if we would have, let's say, less of food? Who would understand the beauty of water? The joy of sipping every sip and taking it down if we would not have lack of water. Who would experience, who would taste gratitude if we don't have moved away from something which was ours? So all the lack is actually making us grateful for something that we have, right? I'm sure each one of you must have experienced when there is a power cut for a full day, we feel so grateful for the power that we have at home. If for a day there is no Wi-Fi, you will feel so much of gratitude for Wi-Fi because it keeps you connected. So the duality of our life, dear friends, it leads to the real truth. It leads us to non-dual. That's what Maya Pasham does. They will show you duality. They will say, oh, you're good for nothing. You're an idiot. But then actually they're taking you closer to you're immensely divine. They're taking you towards that. You are divine no matter what. You are God. That's what they are bringing you closer to. And then this third energy, the third energy that we say Jiva Amritam. Jiva Amritam. So somebody who gives you the taste of divine. And they give you taste of divine in such a way that after that your life shifts. It takes a U-turn, altogether a U-turn. It's a different turn altogether. Not even a U-turn, but it's a different turn altogether. Right? For example, there is this friend of you who took you to learn meditation, and this person is now not your friend. He's moved out of country. That person might stayed in your life for a very short stint, but this actually gave you the taste of something different in your life, dear friend. Right? It brought you into the zone of meditation. Now you are an intense meditator. You shift yourself and you're helping others also to shift themselves. So that person is that link. That is actually the Jivamritam link. Because it gave you some nectar, divine nectar of your own self, that after which your life changed. They might stay in your life for longer time or for a very small time. Usually such people, such energies come in your life for a very short period. They'll come, they'll do their work, and they'll be on their path. You'll be on your path. You may not meet them, but they have worked something really divine for you, dear friends. I remember once Dr. Newton shared about one such energy, that he was traveling when he was 17. He was traveling by bus, and next to him there was this man who was sitting, and this person spoke about meditation to Dr. Newton. And then he took him to somebody to whom, from whom he can learn meditation. And this person whom he took him to, was wearing, jeans and sitting, in very unconventional way of being a teacher. He was none other than Patriji. So that's how Dr. Newton met Patriji. But this person whom he met in the bus is none other than Jivamritam for him. Right? So that is how such person gives them a different shift, something very amazing. They actually give them the taste of the divine. And they can tell them that you can find that taste now with your own self. So third, this is Jivamritam. So far Vidanya, Maya Pasham, Jivamritam. The fourth energy is called Nayani. Nayani. Nayan. Nayan in Hindi means eyes. So what is the nature of eyes? If you see, if I have to look this side, the eyes will look together. If I have to look straight, the eyes will look together. If I have to look this side, the eyes have to look all together. So Naini energy is the companion energy. They are companion to each other. So somebody you plant in your life with whom you feel totally in alignment. It's not necessary that they are going to be your spouses. They could be your friend, they could be your mother, your father, maybe your teacher, your kindergarten teacher, anyone. Somebody who is in alignment and someone in whose company when you sit, you can totally be your own self. Totally transparency. You don't have to wear any mask. You don't have to seek an approval. You don't have to work to please them. No, it's just you just can be you, can be totally bare. That is what is the energy of a companion energy, is that they open up the zone of acceptance for you in such a way that you feel extremely comforting in nature. So such energies are called Naini energies. Initially, when we are growing, when we are in the, when the soul is growing from the lower planes in the sense in the initial planes, we will at least have one Naini energy. But as we continue to grow, the number of Nainis are going to grow. There are going to be many people in your life in the, if you've grown in your own consciousness, you will see the number of Nainis are also growing around you. So the people, those who are in total acceptance of you, because when your consciousness shifts, dear friends, the outside consciousness also shift. So all these Nainis are coming from your own inner reflection, coming from your own inner cleansing. The more you accept yourself, the more you will see, you will have more experiences of friends, people, those who are in total acceptance of who you are. So this is the fourth one, Naini. And the fifth one whom we call as Bhumi Varni. Okay, before Bhumi Varni, let me talk about Sham Varni. Sham Varni. So Sham means Sandhya, the evening time. So somebody whose skin tone is basically Sham. It doesn't mean the actual skin tone. It simply means that their nature is Sham in nature. Their nature is Sandhya in nature. What does that mean? That means such people, those who reflect your shadows towards you. They are bringing your shadows, in front of you. So, for example, you are somebody who feels that this person misunderstands me, and this person is going to show you the misunderstanding. They are going to misunderstand you in a way that they are showing your own deeper shadows around misunderstanding, judging others, and that is what they are showing you. Will keep coming to us. For example, you are averse to dominant people. You judge them and you say, oh, they are always pokey and I don't want to be with them. I want to withdraw from them. But such people are coming more in your life, because what you resist, they'll keep coming. They'll persist. Such people, every person comes dominant boss, dominant wife, dominant sibling, dominant. All these people, they are actually making you meet your inner dominant self. They want you to connect with your dominant self. They want you to acknowledge that, because otherwise you won't get to know. So far, you have disowned the dominance in you. But these all reflections are showing that somewhere in you there is a self which is dominant in nature. And before you dissolve these mirrors that are outside, you must first acknowledge that part of you. Bring it under the light. It's okay. There is a part in me that is dominant. You must have the courage to say this to yourself. When you have the courage, eventually you will see, you will stop to see all this in others. I remember in my corporate life, there were 3, 4 people whom I didn't share a good relationship. I always felt that, they are like hindrance in the work that I do. But at the same time, there came a time when these people became best of my friends. How? Because it was actually showing me something about my own self. And when I worked on it, I saw that they stopped to give such reflections to me. They became best of my friends. Even right now, I carry such a beautiful relationship with them. Not that I talk to them every day, but hearts of hearts, I know that they are available for me. I'm available for them. And our love is beyond this. So when we shift from within, the things can shift outside also, dear friends. So same people with whom we carry animosity, the same people can also reflect love to us. So such is the work of Shamavarni, because they want you to own your shadows and bring them under the light, and own all your not just good parts but not so good parts also, because that is how you become complete. Without shadows, without this without owning them, you will not be complete, you will be incomplete. So you have to embrace them. So this is the 5th one. The 6th one is called Suryavarni. Suryavarni, that which who is actually carrying the nature of the sun. Right? So Suryavarni are those people whom, when we look at them, we feel, wow, this is what I want to be. This is how I want to be living my life. They become your inspiration. They inspire you. Because each one of us get inspired from somebody. They become someone who will create an inner motivation for us that yes, I can also do it. That's what the Suryavarni, energies do in our life. It's not important that they are part of your closer circle. Sometimes the people around, influential personalities also, they can be our Suryavarni. For some of us, APJ Abdul Kalam is our Suryavarni. For some of us, maybe Sachin Tendulkar is our Suryavarni. For some of us, Barack Obama is our Suryavarni. Mother Teresa. All these people, they, somebody whom we can look up to. Not just these influential personalities, but even around our life. Somebody whom we feel that, yes, this person gives me the spark to be a better version of myself. I can also shine like a sun. The way he is sun, is shining like a sun. So such people invite us to become a better version of ourselves. Such people invite us that we carry that inner sun within. They are reminders to that. So that is, the 6th, this Suryavarni. The last one is called Bhumi Varni. Bhumi Varni. Bhumi means earth. That which has a nature of earth. That which has the nature of grounding you. So such people, they will keep grounding you. So for example, these people are always going to give you a test. they're going to check you. You say, oh, I can sit for meditation for 2 hours. They're going to not agree to you. They're going to check you. Okay, let's sit for it. And you say, now I am not angry because I meditate. They are intentionally going to push your buttons. They're going to trigger you so that they are going to show you, hey, you have anger. Don't say that you don't have anger. So they keep grounding you. They bring you to the ground. Because otherwise, we'll be airy. We'll be airy in nature. We'll be all over here. Oh, I'm a very spiritual person and I'm not meant for this physical life. I must go to Himalayas and sit there and meditate. But these people, they're going to remind you that, hey, come here, come back, sit here. For many people, for a husband, wife can be a grounding person. Or for a wife, husband can be a grounding person because they bring you back. They say, don't be in the air, come back on the ground, talk practical. What are you doing? If you are growing in your meditation, I don't see it in growing in your relationship. I don't see that it is growing in your life. They're going to question you that. So it's not that they are here to pin you down. It simply means that they want you to master it. That is why they keep bringing you to the earth. They want to tell you that spiritual world is not a different world than the physical plane. It is same. You have to bring your spirituality in the physical plane and live. Otherwise, you won't be here. If you are here on the physical plane, you are here for some purpose. So follow the purpose in the wholeness by being here. So that is what they keep bringing you back with. They bring you here in that. So friends, 7 energies I spoke about: Vidanya, Maya Pasham, Jivamritam, Naini, Bhumivarni, Shamavarni, and Suryavarni. So I'm sure by now you must have moved yourself 360-degree in your life. You must have seen that there are a few people, those who are fitting here and there in such roles. They are coming for a specific purpose, dear friends. Some of the people may be coming into archetypes. It's okay. They may be overlapping in nature. So they've taken an extra work for yourself. So that is how, your goal has been set along with these people, because there's a contract that you're running with such people, so that we can progress from where we are and we can really integrate our true nature with our own self. So I think for now I just wanted to share about these 7 energies, and I'm open to have any questions. If you have any sharings you want to do, I'm open to do that.
Thank you so much, Hitesh ji. Very nicely explained. And the very first line, everything is beautiful. If it is not beautiful, it won't come into the existence. So that really a very profound statement. And also the one, the things that may look challenging outside, but from inside it is an upliftment. So really I'm moved by these 2 statements. Thank you so much. And friends, anyone has any questions, please, yeah, I can see Hitesh. Yes, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Namaste, Hitesh ji.
Namaste, Hitesh ji.
Namaste, Ravi ji also. Sir, first of all, thank you so much. It was an awesome presentation. I loved it very, very much.
Thank you, sir.
I especially loved that second energy we used to talk about, Maya Parshu. I was quickly able to identify.
Yes.
And for me, you are definitely one of the nanny energy which you spoke about.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I have got 3 questions. I will ask them one by one. in the starting part, you said that at the time of our death, what is our state, and in the next lifetime, we will get exactly opposite of that. But what I have learned that मरने के समय में जो स्थिति होती है, like suppose poverty, the same I will continue in my next lifetime. So that was the contradiction.
Yeah. So I didn't mean that you will pick up the opposite. I simply mean that whatever is there in your mind during your dying moments is becoming the fuel for your next life. So for example, somebody is dying out of poverty. What will that person be thinking of? That to hell with this poverty. I wish I have food. That's what this person is going to say. So this I wish I have food becomes the ground for the next life. It doesn't mean that it is going to be an opposite of it. It simply means that becomes the fuel to set the ground for the next life.
I got it now. And second question is, do we all need to experience, like for example, the condition of a beggar? Is it necessary for me to, for my soul to experience that beggarness state, or not necessary? You told us that soul has got wants to experience wants varied experiences. So is it necessary that I have to experience that particular state?
So that's why you've taken the body, sir. You're here with the body. That means you're here for an experience. Otherwise, you won't take birth. You will be there in that state, totally into the space of that oneness. So this is the source. The source is all complete in itself.
Okay.
But then what happens? A speck comes out, because that speck wants to say, if I am God, how will I get to know?
Okay.
So this speck comes out to live its own fullness, this fullness. So when this comes out, it has to experience a lot of things to understand that it is this. So we also came from that higher energy. We are here not to be pinned down, not to be different from this, but we are a fragment. Sher ka bachcha sher hi hota hai. But to realize it, we go through certain experiences in our life. And that's how we get to understand that I am that. So it's just a matter of experience, and because experiences help us to learn and to grow. You will move to the next class only when you take a final examination. 5th to 6th, there is an exam. You have to take that test. And that's how you move to the next class.
Yes, I got my answer. Yeah, thank you so much. And one last question I will ask you.
Yes.
I also know that you are into this past life regression therapy. So my question is, for whom would you recommend to go for this therapy, and is it necessary for our faster evolution?
Well, there's no rule of thumb as such for this, that whom to recommend and whom not to recommend. But all I can say that it is not important for everyone. It's not important. Some of the lifetimes, if they're supposed to open up, if you meditate for 3 hours, they'll open up within. They'll open up from within. You'll get it. Sometimes regression, what do regressions help you in? Regression helps you to have a better understanding of it, because sometimes we are not able to process the things. And that's why we take the help of past life regression. Otherwise, we can do it through meditation also. If they're supposed to open up from within, they'll come. Otherwise, let it be.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaskar.
Namaste, sir. Hitesh, sir.
Namaste.
And I would like to express my gratitude on this special book you have written, Sundaram Speaks. I have written a couple of times, but I couldn't take this book energy, sir. First time when I read, something different happened. On that day when I first started this book, it is around 2 o'clock. And I was screaming a lot in the midnight, and the whole family woke up. And I don't know that I'm screaming, but something happened. There's a big gush of energies entering the home with the doors wide open, and I kept this book down. Again, afterwards, after a couple of days, when I started reading this book every day at 2:45, exactly at 2:45, I wake up and I get some message from this book. And I read a couple of times. It's very, very beautiful. And one question I have from this book is, when we sit in meditation or when we get such type of messages at midnights or early mornings, how do we know, is that the message that is for me, or is that my intuition, or is that my knowledge that I read from many books that I'm getting it, or is that I'm imagining, or is that really true? How do I know to tell someone? Maybe that message already exists in some of the books, maybe some masters have given it, but how do I get that intuition of trust that, okay, this is the message, I need to let it out to the people, sir?
Right, right. So first of all, when you are experiencing something, those experiences are going to be very personal in nature, in the sense that you will get to know from within that it is something which is more than that. I also experienced a few things. I had these questions. What if this is not me? I remember once I was writing, because I would write with closed eyes and continue to write. There came a moment when, the voice said, there is no refill. The refill is over in your pen. But I continued writing. I wrote 3 pages after that. And when I opened my eyes, I saw the point where that information had come. It had exactly, there was no refill. I did not write after that. So there are many such things that you will experience, which are much more than that, which will make you believe that, and it is coming from within. And it's not about making believe others believe. Your self-belief is enough to take it further. Second, there are levels of the levels of wisdom that we accessed, Meena. So levels of wisdom, and that are in resonance with your consciousness. The way your vibration is, you're going to pick up, from that vibration, because like attracts like. That is how it is. So sometimes when we have not cleansed our own self, and we try to get such guidance, that guidance might carry the element of judgment. A higher wisdom will never carry an element of judgment. You'll always be into the space of holding that, yes, that is the truth. So which is what can be seen when you get such guidance. Guidance will never say, oh, this person is an idiot, don't trust this person. So it's a lower guidance, because that guidance is judging the other person. The guidance will never say, oh, you're good for nothing, you've done hundreds of mistakes. It's not going to say that, because it is not going to be self-demeaning at all. It's always going to consider you divine. Even if you are Saddam Hussein, you are considered all perfect, all divine. So that is what the zone of the highest wisdom is.
Sir, one more question. On the death you have written in this book, when I looked at it, it's only like few pages, couple of pages only on death, but it carries a very intense message on death. But how many sessions I attend on death, how many books I read on death, I'm not able to free myself when I hear some loved ones leaving. Just that moment of 10-15 minutes, I feel so emotional. And when will we get to that state of being, at least that 10-15 minutes of being calm and explaining others, take it easy, this happens, the journey continues? When will we get to that state, sir?
So the very first thing that you can do to know death is to actually really know about death, to actually experience death, because death is a taboo. We don't talk about death in auspicious times, or people will say this person has gone crazy speaking about death. But death is, if we want to know ourselves, we also need to know the death. Every every night we experience death, to be very frank, because there comes a moment in your sleep when you don't even know who are you, yet you wake up in the morning. So you go through that death state. But to experience, to understand that death state, we must have affinity with it. It is our friend. It is not that my existence will dissolve after that. It is just a process that I go through. That is why in many cultures, Buddha, when he would make anybody get into the practice of meditation and all that, first 3 months, he will make them sit in cremation ground. He will say, go and sit in the cremation ground. 3 months they will sit there and they'll see everybody burning. Because through that burning, they will realize that one day it is going to happen to me. Right? Through that, they are actually getting to understand what is temporary, what is not permanent. So that actually ignites the spark. Death actually ignites the spark to our eternalhood. It helps us to know, feel, live that we are eternal. Right? So, which we can do more when we get to understand it more, maybe meditate over death more. In Tibetan cultures, there is a practice called death meditation. They'll take you through your death. For a normal person, it might give them palpitation, anxiety attacks. They'll say, this crazy bunch of people, but actually it is to help you connect with that which is eternal in you and to dissolve your fear of death.
The last one. When is your next Sundaram book? You have written till I see you next, right?
Yeah.
Did you get any message when you are going to write this
Yes,
book?
I'm in the process. I'm already in the process of it. And I'm working on it. Hopefully, it will come very soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Meena. Yes, Mamtaji, please.
Namaste, Hitesh ji.
Namaste. Namaskar, Mantaji.
Namaste, Ravi ji. Namaste, masters. It was a beautiful wisdom for me. From 3 days, I was experiencing, all these some sufferings, maybe of joy, something like that. There was a duality in me. What's the purpose? I was searching in the meditation. And yesterday I came to know suffering is a wonderful teacher. Yes, that one I came to know. And I was feeling so blissful after knowing this one. Suffering deepens gradually. It deepens gradually the ego. And the ego will go off. That I felt. I was feeling that in the meditation at the night, the ego was light, it was flowing. I was feeling, this was the teaching I am getting. So now when I came to know about your today's all 7 energies, I was so clear. This is the reason what the soul wants to evolve. So a deep gratitude to you, sir. Just I wanted to give a deep gratitude to every masters, to all the masters. It was beautiful and it was so clear. And I have what you told, no, all the 7 energies. I used to come for when you were explaining every energy, I was to feel all the experiences in every energy. And so I was somewhere for 1 hour. It was so beautiful, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, masters.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Mamtaji. So anyone has any questions? Yeah, I see one question in the chat. How does karma play its role with these 7 energies?
Okay. So what is karma? Karma, usually we say, as you sow, so shall you reap. That's what we say, that what you give comes back to you. But what does it actually mean? Karma actually gets created by attachment. whatever you are attached to, that will create karma to you. So for example, if you are attached to, I did this, I did that, there are a lot of mistakes that I did, you are attached to it, it will get you into the loop of karma. If you are attached to, oh, I served thousands and thousands of people, I got so many gallantry awards, I got this award and that award, and then I'm teaching so much of meditation, that is also karma, dear friends, because you are attached to it, right? So karma means despite of whatever you have, you're not attached to anything. That won't create karma. So as far as these learnings are concerned, these all 7 energies are here to teach us that we can love everything, yet we can be detached, because it is not mine, it is for me here in this. I am not this, I am something else. So that is what they're here to teach us. They're here to teach love with detachment.
Thank you. Yes, and there is one more question. How can we connect to our deceased? Yeah, that's the question. Yeah.
How can we connect to our deceased? Okay. First of all, you must ask, why do you want to connect with your deceased? Because it is not about us. When we have to learn detachment here, dear friends, right? We have to let them go down. They can go, and we don't need to have an urge to connect. If they are ready to connect, they will connect with you through dreams. We don't have to have an urge. We can just set an intent and leave it. Don't be too desperate into connecting with the deceased, because they are happy in their own worlds. We don't have to be interfering in their life. They are moved ahead, because now they are no more the body. You were relating to them because they were in a body. Now they are not in the body, so they can be happy in their own world. And if they're supposed to connect, they will connect to you through a dream or maybe a message that comes to you. And that message is only that we love you and we are at peace.
Thank you. Wonderful message. Yes, Srimani, you want to unmute yourself? Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Kiran, and thank you, Hitesh ji. Thank you for this amazing, amazing session. I mean, I haven't read the book, but I've read Soul Plan, and it all comes together with whatever you have said. So thank you for reiterating it in our lives. Thank you. My question was, how does the soul know what kind of challenges it needs, or what kind of the companion soul and all that? How does the soul decide that, what lessons it wants, on what basis it goes for that?
Yeah, so it is on the basis our past is considered as a reference. So for example, if you want to do some research, somebody is writing a research article, they will take a reference from the library with all the journals. They will see who has written what is the research is being done, and they use it as a reference for their own self. Same way, when we are deciding for our own lessons, we also take the reference of our past. That these are the things that happened to me. Okay, this is how I grew with this. This is the lesson I picked up, and I did it, to quite an extent. Maybe I need to improvise it further. So that becomes the ground for the next life. Right? At the same time, the immediate life, as I said, that dying thoughts really matter. So we also take the reference of all of it, and putting this all together, we knit a lifetime. If we are done with all the lessons, then probably we can pick up some other thing to be learned and all that, because there are 3 reasons that we are here for. We are here to learn, we are here to teach, and we are here to have fun. So you can pick up, if you've learned all this, okay, you can help others to teach. So great beings who have brought great social changes, Swami Vivekananda, Adi Shankaracharya, such great beings, they are here to teach. Patriji, they are here to teach. Dr. Newton, they are here to teach. And then we can also have fun. We can also have, along with teaching, whosoever is gotten into the zone of teaching, there's somewhere realized that life is also fun. We are here to have fun. So that is how we progress and decide the lessons of it.
Sure. Thank you, Ji. And is there, is there ever a chance that we go backwards in our learnings? I mean, the soul wants to evolve forwards, but can we go backwards as well?
No, we don't go back. So the law is law of progression. One of the lessons, one of the very first messages that came from Sundaram is falling is rising. You might fall in this earthly realm because you did such and such things, but you will always rise in the spirit plane because you've gathered something out of it. It's always progression.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Welcome.
Very beautiful, Hitesh. Thank you so much. Before we go for the next question, so I just wanted to share about Hitesh's work. If you want to connect with him, you have website lifehereandnow.co.in. Even if you search in Google, you will get it. And there is also a website if you want to listen to his sharings. So I have pasted the link here. Okay, Life Here and Now is the channel name. And also the session we are having now. So it is live on PMC UK. You can listen to it and you can subscribe to PMC UK as well. Thank you. So I think, can we take a couple of more questions, Hitesh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the question is, if we have chosen a challenge in the soul script, how do we come to know if the challenge has to be overcome and come out of it, or accept it and live with the challenge?
Okay, right. So every challenge, every situation, if you want to overcome, the very first thing is to accept it. You first have to accept it. Now, acceptance doesn't mean that you have to give up. It's not that. For example, my goal is to lose weight. I'm 100 kgs, let's say. My goal is to lose weight. And I'll constantly working on my diet, but it's not happening. I'm doing a lot of physical exercise. It won't happen unless and until you accept your weight first. Unless and until you say it exists and it's okay. First, you have to say that. So for example, there is a relationship in my life that is pain in my neck. I first have to accept it. It exists. Maybe I am not in resonance with the person, but it exists. And when I say this, I actually am letting go of my need to withdraw from it. Because if I want my need to be withdrawing from it, that means I'm too desperate. I'm thinking, oh, when will this get over? It's like coming in total sync with it. That is for sure. Once you have come in total resonance with it, it will withdraw itself. It will go by its own self. So that is how you transcend the karmic energy. Usually if I give you by an example of A and B, A husband, B wife, A is troubling B a lot, right? And B is troubled by the whole thing. So B now makes the choice that she is going to, honor the person, accept the person, and work on, letting go, working on her own shadow self. That's what she's going to, do that. So a few things are going to happen between the dynamics of both. First, when B changes, A will also change. That is one, because your energies are, helping the other also to change. They are inspired by you. They say, oh, if this person is not finding, why am I unnecessarily creating the conflicts? Let me also heal it, and you become together. Second, for example, it is coming from such and such intense past lives. B is constantly changing and saying, I accept this person, I accept him, and I give him a deep place in my heart. It is showing me something for my own self. Let me look at that and ignore what this person is saying. I would not take it personally. There might come a time in their life when universe separates them. Universe will say, oh, enough of your learning, B. You don't need to learn anything from this person now because you've healed everything. Let A be A. You can be moving ahead. So that is what can happen. The third possibility, for example, it doesn't happen in this lifetime and they move into the after realms. Now, B has done a lot of work and is in total sync with whatever happened. B is out of this loop. A will continue it with C, who is carrying the same sort of lesson. And B, since it is out of it, will move to the next lesson, maybe some more evolved learning with D, let's say. So that is how the universe keeps you into that space. It's not about that whether I have to overcome it or come out of it or accept it. Come out of it, accept it will happen naturally. First, you have to be in sync with it. It's okay because it is something, it is hinting you for your own self.
Thank you. Thank you, Hitesh. Yes, Balla sir, do you want to? Or you start? I think it's. Yeah, unmute yourself, Balla sir. Yes.
Morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Raviji, for a wonderful session. Again, on behalf of PMC UK, I just wanted to express my deepest gratitude to you. But to you, sir, Kallu Bhaiya. मैंने आपको कितनी बारी सुना है, both me and my wife are your great ardent fans, and we listen to you always, and to you and your wife, deepest gratitude to you, because, when I see youth, of your caliber, I know that, the youth is heading in the right direction. You're the brand ambassadors of spirituality, and feel very proud about what you're doing in life for all of us. So thank you, Hitesh. There are no words to kind of, express my gratitude to you on behalf of so many seekers who have, actually listened to your wisdom through various Zoom sessions all over the world. We always kind of talk, me and my wife, Ritu, we always keep talking about you, and wish that you keep talking and you keep spreading this wisdom of yours to many people around for us. So thank you, Hitesh.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your encouragement. Thank you. Thanks.
What keeps you going? That's my question for you.
What keeps me going?
Yes.
To be, just be with the flow. That's what keeps me going. To be, living the true potential of my over self. That is what keeps me, going with myself. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Raviji.
Thank you, Balla sir. This is very profound. True potential of your own over self. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we wanted to do a process, meditation, but I think it's we've already maybe it's already late for you as well. So thank you so much. And whenever we want to ground ourselves, I personally want to ground myself, I listen to Master Hitesh. So, and I've seen in the Soul Coach training program, so on the stage they are like teachers, but when are off the stage they are like friends, and they do all the service in cleaning and serving, so there's a lot of things, so many things to learn from these wonderful masters, Hitesh and Shubhangi. Thank you so much for coming into our lives and sharing your wisdom. And we really would love to have you in the future again, because it's very inspiring, to be honest. It's Each word you have spoken today is really going into the deep. Thank you so much, Hitesh. Once again, I'm so grateful, and thank you all the participants. So yeah, as I said, you can follow Hitesh on Life Here and Now website, and also on the YouTube channel. And also I think you can reach out to him on Facebook also. He's there on the Facebook. So thank you once again, all of you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you very much. Thank you, PMC UK. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
So grateful. Thank you. Signing off
Thank you,
now.
sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.